Before moving or returning to your home country, are you about to throw away things you no longer need? Actually, you might be able to sell them on Mercari and make some money. Buying on Mercari is easy, but selling is a little different. In this video, I'll explain the basic steps for selling on Mercari and the points where foreigners often get stuck. Japanese messages, identity verification, address registration, shipping, and receiving your earnings. These are common places where people get stuck. Before you throw something away, check whether you can sell it first. So, what kinds of things can you sell on Mercari? Start by looking for things that someone else could still use. Clothes, bags, shoes, books, games, small appliances, kitchen items, furniture, home decor, and used cosmetics, and household items in good condition may all sell. They do not have to be brand new. But if there are scratches, stains, odors, or broken parts, you need to show them clearly in the photos and description. If you hide these details, it can cause trouble after the buyer receives the item. In Japan especially, buyers often check the condition carefully. So it is safer to show not only the good points, but also anything the buyer should know from the start. However, you cannot sell everything on Mercari. Medicine, dangerous goods, counterfeit brand name items, and some other items cannot be listed. If you are not sure, check the rules inside the Mercari app before listing. If this is your first time selling, it is safer to start with clothes, books, or small household items rather than expensive items. First, look around your home for things you no longer need, and search Mercari to see if similar items are being sold. Before selling, let's check what you need. When you create an account, phone number verification is required. So make sure you have your own phone number that can receive SMS messages. Identity verification is also required. A passport alone is not enough. You need a residence card or a special permanent residence certificate. Your registered address is also important. If it is different from where you live now, it can cause problems with identity verification or shipping. If you have moved and are still using your old address, make sure to check it before listing anything. If you want to transfer your earnings to a bank account, you also need an account in your own name. If the account holder name or registered information does not match, your transfer request may fail. Check the name on your residence card and the account holder name on your bank account first. Now, let's talk about selling on Mercari when you are not confident in Japanese. The answer is yes, you can still sell. However, writing every Japanese sentence from scratch can be difficult. First, search for similar items on Mercari. For example, clothes from the same brand, the same type of appliance, the same book, or the same cosmetic product. Look at how other sellers write their item titles and descriptions. If you do not understand the Japanese text, use expressions from other listings as a reference. Then, use a translation app to write a description that matches your own item. Do not copy the text as it is. Make sure to change the size, color, condition, and whether there are any scratches or stains to match your actual item. If you get this wrong, it can cause trouble after the item arrives. It is also useful to save common Japanese phrases in a note on your phone. For example,
ご購入ありがとうございます。本日発送します。ご確認ください。
Even short Japanese phrases like these can help the transaction go more smoothly. Here are the basic steps for listing an item. First, upload photos of the item. Add a photo that shows the whole item clearly. If there is a brand name, model number, or size label, add a photo that shows it. Next, enter the item title. In the title, include the brand name, item name, size, color, and other important details. Next, choose a category. Choose the category that matches the item, such as clothing, books, home appliances, or cosmetics. Next, choose the item condition. Is it new? Is it like new? Does it show signs of use? Choose the option closest to the actual condition. Next, choose the shipping method. This is also where you decide whether the seller or the buyer pays for shipping. You also choose how many days it will take to ship the item. Choose a time frame that you can actually meet. Finally, enter the selling price. Check all the information you entered. If everything looks correct, tap the listing button. Here are some tips to make your item easier to sell. First, check the market price before setting your price. Search for similar listings on Mercari. Check not only active listings, but also sold items. Sold items show how much people actually paid. If the price is too high, people may look at the item, but it will be harder to sell. If the price is too low, there may be very little left after shipping and fees. Next, think about whether to include shipping in the price. On Mercari in Japan, listings with shipping included are often easier for buyers to choose. Buyers look at the total amount they will pay before buying. If shipping is separate, buyers may hesitate. However, large or heavy items can cost a lot to ship. If you include shipping in the price, check how much money will be left after shipping. Photos are also important. Take photos in a bright place, and show the whole item, tags, model numbers, scratches, and stains clearly. Even small damage should be shown in the photos and written in the description. If buyers can see the condition from the start, they can buy with more confidence. Once your item sells, here is how the shipping process works. First, check the transaction screen. Start preparing for shipping after the transaction screen shows that you need to ship the item. The first step is packaging. First, put the item in a bag so it does not get wet. For clothes, books, and small items, use an envelope or box that fits the item. For fragile items, wrap them with cushioning material. Ship the item using the method you chose when you listed it. If you use Mercari shipping, create a shipping code from the transaction screen in the app. Use that code at a convenience store, post office, Yamato transport office, or another supported location. After you ship the item, send a shipping notification in the app. If you do not send the shipping notification, the buyer will not know that the item has been shipped. Even after shipping, keep checking your messages until the transaction is complete. After shipping, let's talk about receiving your earnings. Just because you shipped the item does not mean you can receive the money right away. The buyer receives the item and leaves a rating. After that, when the seller also rates the buyer, the transaction is complete. Only then is the profit from the sale added to your balance. If you want to transfer the money to your bank account, submit a transfer request from the app. You cannot transfer the money to a family member's or friend's bank account. Mercari's transfer fee is 200 yen per request. If you submit transfer requests many times, the fees will add up, so be careful about how often you transfer money. Mercari is a useful service that lets you make money from things you no longer need. At first, it is safer to start with simple items, such as clothes, books, or small household items. Before throwing something away, check whether you can sell it on Mercari. On this channel, I introduce common problems in daily life for foreigners in Japan. If you found this helpful, please subscribe. Thank you for watching.